What's up, YouTube? Today we finna react to a cop loses it when he gets a dirty look. Get right into it.
You need more training. I need more training. You need sacrifice. You gotta make it wrong.
They already talking shit. They got right into it.
He's gonna catch a body. Everything recorded. He right here. He said he gonna catch a body out here. Everything he came out to me with a stick.
On August 23, 2020, police officers on patrol in Chicago made the abrupt decision to detain a young man by the name of
Listen, Chicago, you know it's finna go down.
Leroy Kennedy. One moment Leroy was going about his day, and the next, he was being tackled, his face ground into the pavement. He was resisting arrest, officers would later inform him. But the original reason they stopped him seemed to mystify everyone, including the officers themselves, who seemed intent on behaving unprofessionally throughout the encounter. Right away, we're situated in the middle of a chaotic scene fueled by an incensed
Cop looked like he ain't had no patience for none of that. Resisting.
mob. They've just witnessed a violent incident instigated by the police themselves.
No, chill out. You know we'll roll your. We'll roll your. We'll roll your. We just you. Take the. You just busted. You just busted. You playing, bro. You playing, bro. You playing, bro. You playing.
He is resisting pretty tough though. He is not. He's stiff arming the hell out, dude.
Helping you. Helping you. You just this face up like this. Man, you just this face up. That you stand on that bitch. You was trying to fight me. Man, you was trying to fight them. I'm gonna face my head. God, you touching me for no reason, bro. I ain't got shit on you, bro. I ain't taking off when I walk off. I ain't run. I walked off. I'm on here, criminal. Stop pushing him, bro.
They all ready to fight that cop, bro.
You might expect that once Leroy is in the back of the squad car, his defenders will disperse. However, this seems to have the exact opposite effect.
Bro, back up, back up, back up. I'll be that. Back up.
The chaotic scene has quickly evolved to what appears to be a standoff between officers and civilians. The officer, having put his hands around Leroy's neck and having thrown him to the ground, definitely doesn't
Okay, so why they still standing there arguing with the people instead of taking Leroy and leaving?
appear to have been warranted. While exercising force against a fleeing suspect is allowed, so long as the force is reasonable under the circumstances, Leroy didn't appear to have been a fleeing suspect. He also didn't appear to have been resisting, nor did it seem he had any weapons on his person. There must be specific articulable...
Hey, he was resisting. He did not want to get put in them cuffs, and he didn't get put in them cuffs.
facts to support the exercise of force, and here we aren't seeing any.
Give me some space. I'm trying to get medical attention, bro. Because you did. It is what it is. Ain't no that's why we don't let y'all kill y'all. I hate y'all. My face up, bro. I ain't got bro. I have nothing. Why y'all?
I mean, was he resisting? Because did they tell him he was under arrest? I don't understand.
I walked off, bro. Did you move my hands? Bro, you want to search me, bro? I'll have up the cop you search. You can search me hands down, everything. I have nothing.
Take control now.
I got you.
And now just checking to take a disregard Hamlin in the Augusta and Hamlin. Take a disregard.
Finally got him in the cuffs.
It also doesn't help that more police are joining the scene by the minute. It's hard to say who's most upset, Leroy, the crowd, or the police. One of the officers who participated in the arrest appears to be particularly agitated and takes it out on the crowd.
Let's go then. Take that off. 140-pound ass. Right. 140 pounds. Look at your homies.
He think he tough. That's crazy. And you pulled up just to talk stuff to these people.
Take that He wasn't like that when you jumped out out here. He was not like that. He was not like that. He said, "You got to go when you off the clock. We got you every day. You stay there. Stay there. That's all that fuck, bro. Ain't nobody trying to tell you.
I appreciate you guys. Stay right there, it's fine.
Ain't nobody trying to tell me what you're saying. Why you getting all tucked me down like that?
Sticks and you picking up sticks and
He calling them pussy asses. He's talking shit. Like, bro, you still a cop. I mean, you could talk your shit, but be professional, bro. Lead the scene. What y'all still there for? Feel like they waiting on somebody else to start a problem. They could just arrest everybody in the crowd.
What the force for?
He started fighting around.
He choked him through the gate.
He tried to talk to him.
You pulled up. You talking about the black. That's all they want.
We don't need that.
Yeah, because he slammed him on the
He did. I understand. But Buddy was coming up behind him, okay? Trying to pull him away. He was. It's on camera. It's on camera.
Talking to a white dude, bro. What's the issue? Lock your dumb.
You need more training.
I need more training.
You need safety back. You got a mental problem. He said he gonna catch a body. Everything recorded. Him right here. He said he gonna catch a body out here. Everything
He came up to me with a stick.
Straight home. You flipped him, bro. Take that him, bro. Take that him, bro.
Yeah, bring the stick.
Look at his face, bro.
Catch a body today.
You might think you misheard the officer, but he did in fact say that he was looking to catch a body, and as he continuously
I don't feel like a cop supposed to say he want to catch a body. Like, that's unprofessional.
points out to the crowd, it's all on video.
You picked up a bag. It's on camera.
Understandable, he picked up a stick, threatened you with a weapon, but catching him, you gonna catch a body is crazy.
I did. I will.
Everything has gotten out of hand, and the officer needs to quickly separate Leroy from the scene. Considering the number
Shouldn't
of
the
members
officer
of law
separate?
enforcement who've responded to the scene, at least 1 to 2 should be making efforts to de-escalate the situation and
I
to
don't feel like it should take that long to arrest one person. Now they looking for a problem.
calm the civilians. However, what we've seen isn't consistent with this. At this point, it's clear that the officers have lost control of the situation. Irate civilians have surrounded the cruiser, and Leroy should have already been transported away from the scene.
I wasn't. Your ass was inside. I'm intimidated.
There's something obviously wrong with him, bro.
The situation is now completely out of control. Officers are behaving unprofessionally, which tarnishes the law enforcement badge. While they should never let their emotions be
Chicago
seen,
police is
their
different.
anger has gotten the best of them. The civilians have a right to challenge authority, and the officers have no right to speak to the civilians the way they are, including the name-calling and threatening to lock them up as you
It's
just
crazy.
witnessed. As the police car begins to pull away, the officer continues
So they not even supposed to be doing all that. I'm thinking, okay, they could talk stuff back. No, y'all not even supposed to be talking shit. Y'all supposed to be minding y'all business, handling that case, and getting the fuck on.
shouting insults out the window.
Make more than you, bro.
He calling people broke bitches is crazy. You're a police officer.
Remind me to take this.
Relax.
Now another cop got to tell you to relax because you're going too far, bro. You on body cam.
I got you, okay? I got you. We got you. And nobody gonna treat you badly. I'm gonna get you water and everything, okay?
But based on the police treatment Leroy has experienced so far, though, these promises likely don't mean much. Back where the crowd is gathered, several bystanders attempt to explain how the situation has played out so far. The response they get is lackluster at best, if not outright dismissive.
To go see his sister, man.
Put their hand
And
on
then he jumped out, he grabbed him. He didn't try to get aggressive with him. He picked him up and slammed him, man. On the guy in the car.
officer, when
The black
the gentleman
officer
told
picked
him
him up.
to not touch him,
Right.
the officer got mad and choked him.
Yeah, he
and then
choked
he tried to resist. The officer took him and slammed him on the ground.
He wasn't doing nothing wrong.
Police officer get out of the car?
We have no idea. They
Told me
parked
to
right
sit right
here.
here.
They parked right here. They were sitting down right here. He started walking towards them. The gentleman got up and started walking away.
Yeah, 'cause
I guess he didn't want no problem. They never found nothing on. He wasn't doing anything wrong. The black officer tried to corner him off, ran and chased him and blocked him off. He said, "Man, I ain't did nothing. Don't touch me." The officer grabbed him and started choking him.
I'm sorry. All right.
My suggestion is, if you want to make a complaint, you can call COFA. But it looks like the guy's under arrest for something.
What that something is
Crazy.
remains to
So he was still supposed what? He was still supposed to do all that? They were still supposed to do all that?
be seen. An officer needs to take charge of the situation and give the disgruntled witnesses a voice. They need for someone to listen and to feel they've been heard. They should be given the
Don't
option
care.
to fill out statements and potentially compose formal complaints. Even if the complaints don't move forward, perception is everything, even so much as giving the witnesses business cards as a way to build trust. For now, officers clear the original scene and arrange to meet EMS at a more controlled location. However, not all of the officers go quietly, fanning the flames of unrest before leaving the area.
Oh, we come out fake. That's how we do. I'm just talking to the community, bro. That's it. I still love you, though. I still love you. I love you, Papa.
They need attention.
Crazy as this many unprofessional cops in one spot. I feel like the people should just leave now. Y'all unsafe.
Let's go. They just need attention. I don't want to give them attention.
Just a few blocks away, one of the officers waiting for EMTs to assess Leroy finally thinks to ask a rather important question.
We jumped. What y'all doing? I'm trying to see what y'all arrested for.
What's he arrested for?
They instantly started fighting.
But you don't know what you're arrested for?
I have to be arrested for.
Hey, no, hey, see my face? Do you see my face?
As we saw in the arrest footage, this isn't exactly true. It seems that the police are getting creative.
What did he
Police
get
chased
arrested for?
Leroy
Did they
down,
answer
and it was
that?
We jumped. What y'all doing? I'm trying to see what y'all arrested for.
What's he arrested for?
They instantly started fighting.
But you don't know what you're arrested for?
I have to be arrested for.
Hey, no, hey.
What the fuck? They don't even know why they arrested him. They acted like he had a... Like, what? They acted like he was wanted, and that's what they was looking for the whole time. They don't even know why he's in that car.
See my face? Do you see my face?
As we saw in the arrest footage, this isn't exactly true. It seems that the police are getting creative. Police chased Leroy down, and it was only after they laid hands on him that he began to flail.
They started grabbing on Razor as soon as we walked up, grabbing his back, grabbing the back of his vest, pulling him away. We didn't even say.
This claim may be true. Conflict once again flares between Leroy and the officers while they wait for EMS. Even rookies are taught not to engage with a yelling detainee. While it would go a long way in the court of public opinion and among a jury when footage shows officers not engaging, this particular officer opens the door to the cruiser and confronts Leroy. His act is clearly unprofessional. In addition, the backwards worn baseball hat wouldn't be a standard issued uniform item.
Crazy.
Police already saw that Leroy had a phone during the arrest, the search, and when they initially placed him in the car.
Injuries from the takedown? Yeah. I see you. Yeah. Oh, Angelo Gray, 514-891-4. Angelo, I'm gonna sue all you. Angelo Gray, I'll do the job. Angelo Gray, I research Harry, Rainer Webb, yo, Robinson on Long Clark. What don't you think I home? I'm gonna get all you Angelo Gray. Watch this.
Soon EMTs arrive to tend to Leroy's injuries. He's escorted out of the police car and into the ambulance while police decide who will accompany him to the hospital. Before getting
So they still don't know why he's arrested, but they still going through with it.
underway, police
crazy.
take the opportunity to search Leroy again, but nothing incriminating has appeared in his pocket since the last time they checked. With that out of the way, they can finally head to the hospital. In addition to the scrapes on his face, Leroy was treated for injuries to his hands and wrists. There were also concerns about a concussion due to the force with which Leroy's head hit the pavement. While he has recovered physically, he's since come forward to say the encounter left him traumatized.
I don't understand why you still up.
What's up?
Why you still up?
Why am I still what?
Why the you still up?
Why am I still what?
You heard what I said.
It's a good question
Come on
because
now,
you've
bruh.
certainly noticed Leroy still hasn't been told why he's under arrest. While the United States Supreme Court has held that it's good police practice to tell a suspect why they're being arrested when taken into custody, the Supreme Court has found no constitutional requirement to do so. Very few states statutorily require this in the United States. It's an exception far from the norm.
Crazy. They don't even gotta tell me.
Patel 18129.
Damn sure gonna know. When a lawyer come holler at y'all, you damn sure gonna know. You damn sure finna get y'all food.
Alright, that's good.
Like, you damn sure finna get y'all food. But tour,
Best of luck to you, buddy.
1829.
Best of luck to you, buddy.
Good luck.
I wonder if he really sued. They only talking like that because they feel like he really not gonna sue. They probably get threats like that all the time.
200,000 for the same. Got good. Why you grab me like that? Why you grab me for though? I don't get why he touching me, bro.
When Leroy's arrest came under investigation, it seemed police had very little to say for themselves by way of explanation.
All right. We'll put everybody else as offenders that grabbed you. We'll do that on the case report. We'll start head on. Yeah, description or whatever. We'll get the camera. All right, head on in.
It's clear that the sergeant is aware the situation has been botched. The story officer settled on was that Leroy looked directly at the officers as they drove by, widened his eyes, and then walked away. It appears that Leroy was violently arrested for the serious crime of looking surprised. The official report
He got arrested for opening his eyes wide, for looking just how he looked. That is crazy.
went on to mention that police suspected Leroy might have had a gun when he reached for his pocket, but as they later discovered, all he
have
could have been
nothing.
reaching for was his phone or glasses. It seems the real reason Leroy was stopped was simply a case of bullying or misuse of power. Leroy was charged with resisting
And they
arrest
threw
and
him out. Come
aggravated
on now.
assault against a peace officer. All charges were dropped a few months later, thanks to the body camera footage which proved Leroy was not the instigator. Leroy proceeded to sue the City of Chicago Police Department for personal damages, as well as to ensure this sort of situation doesn't happen again. He was ultimately awarded $195,000. Clearly, the situation should have
Got him
been
a little
handled much
bread.
differently. While police training has progressed over the years,
fucked up,
it
man.
must
Did they
continue
fire
to
all them
evolve and
cops?
grow with the times. De-escalation, implicit bias, and wellness of law enforcement
They pay dude off so they ain't have to fire the cops. They don't want to get rid of their cops.
officers are a few of the mandatory training programs officers must complete. In addition, they're now educated on reporting misconduct they see other officers committing. While officers like these should be a thing of the past, we still
I'll catch you on the next video.
On the shine, show a sign, put the light on me. I was like your umbrella when it started storming. I had got you through the rain, remember it was pouring. Turned your back, don't know what for, I'm headed toward